Let's create a collage style planner spread. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind scrappywife.com, and one of my favorite types of planner spreads to create would be a collage style. You can think of it as scrapbook style. I love to use bits and pieces of scrapbook paper and ephemera to come together and create a really unique spread. So that's what I would like to do today. I am going to plan using a checklist layout. We're going to use some paper, we're going to bring it all together, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I will put you guys on fast forward. I've chosen to use the Simple Stories Feelin' Frosty collection because we're still feeling frosty around here. So we're going to embrace it and have fun with this. I highly suggest finding some of these kits. They work well for this collage style because you already know things are going to go together. All right, I will put you all on fast forward. Let's go. All right, so the first start to this spread is going to be to take an extra spread, an undated spread, one that you may have picked up on clearance, and cut out the part of the spread that you want to use for the functionality of the planner. With the checklist layout, that means cutting out these vertical boxes. That would be the similar solution for a dashboard. Sorry, for another vertical layout. For a dashboard layout, you may be cutting out the boxes that are on the right-hand side of the spread. Maybe you're cutting out a long to-do list on the left-hand side. You want to be left with just the functional part of the planner. Don't consider that you need the holes or anything like that. None of the extras, just the functionality. Next step is to take some scrapbook paper, some fun paper that you're wanting to use, and cut it down to the size of your page. For a classic size planner or the grande size that I sell in my shop, that is 7 inches wide, 9¼ inches tall. So I'm cutting down these 2 sheets of paper to 9¼ inches tall. I know I want this one to be 7 inches. This one I'm actually cutting twice. So first I'm cutting that one 7 inches and then I'm tearing. I love tearing paper and I love the way it looks on a collage style spread to have that torn element. It makes it look more handmade, more organic, just more interesting to me. So I like having these papers overlap just a little bit. See how it's not perfectly even? And then I just punch the holes and we are ready to go with the background papers. There's something about not having the same weight of paper, meaning like the same amount of pattern on each side, but having one extend over to the other side that I think makes it look pretty darn cool. So once you have the background paper all set with the holes punched, then you want to go ahead and add the functional pieces on top. So that is adding in these vertical boxes. I'm actually pushing this way on towards the bottom of the page because I want plenty of room at the top to be able to add in my days of the week. Again, if you're using a dashboard style or a different style planner, you can just add in those boxes as needed. So now you can see this is a perfectly functional planner spread. And now I'm going to just play with the collage pieces. Here's the thing about a collage style spread that challenges some planners. You're going to want some things wonky. Some things are going to be straight, some things are going to be wonky. Having them go off the edge of the paper, having them tilted ever so slightly, tearing some of the paper, putting pieces over the top or layering them. You're going to see me layer pieces over top of some of these checklists. That's what gives it the feeling of collage. If everything is lined up perfectly vertical or perfectly horizontal, then that's going to feel a little bit more like a traditional planner spread, and we're wanting to think quite literally out of the box by busting out of these boxed areas. Now I am going to add a little bit of matting. That's something I like to do with collage spreads. You're going to want to make sure that the color moves across the spread. So because there's so much pink over there on the right hand side, I want to bring just a touch more of that pink and that pattern over on the left, so I can do that with this card. Again, it's going to hang off the bottom of the page. That is a look I'm specifically going for. I'm using oversized elements in some areas, and then I'm using much smaller elements in others. That gives it an interesting look to your eye, just changing it up in that little way. I just love how this spread is coming together. It's going to be super cute. Using a simple scrapbook kit like the ones from Simple Stories is a fantastic way to kind of create one of these spreads and not have to guess on what is going to go together, what's not going to go together. If you are doing kind of a more traditional collage where you've maybe cut out a bunch of random pictures or collected bits and pieces and want to do more of a junk journal style, that works fine too. Just consider what colors and what styles you are using on the page and make sure that they kind of relate to each other. That will really work for a planner spread to look more organized, look more put together. Another hint is that I'm playing with different shapes. We're using different size cards, a tag, a circle. This happens to look like a piece of a log cut through. I'm going to use a circle functional box. That again, changing things up, size, shape, color adds that interest. And then of course, layering pieces together, layering them together, because that's what you would do in a collage art piece. You would, lay things over the top of each other. That's what you're going to want to do on your planner spread as well. The biggest elements of this really came together really easily. Actually, I just love how all the pieces in this kit go together so well. I hope that something else you notice is that I like to work from big to small. So I got the biggest elements in place on the page first and went ahead and put them down. So the biggest element being the background. I created the background papers. And then I started adding the larger functional boxes, what I cut out of my planner spread. Then the larger tags and cards, those went on. Then I just worked smaller and smaller and smaller. Once you decide where you want something to go ahead and put it down on the page. Go ahead and adhere it. Sometimes we spend a lot of time guessing and changing our mind and moving things around. And I think that actually makes it harder to make decisions in the long run. So just keep that in mind. Because I cut out the days of the week from the original spread, I obviously had to add them back in. So Mojo Jojo Plans to the rescue. I love her Dated Basics sticker book. So I went ahead and did the days of the week and I added in the dates. I want to add in February because I have that log over there and I thought it'd be great to be able to add that in. It's a little bit big and I thought it would get lost with the black background. So I'm just going to layer pieces together. We're going to put this tag behind. I still want the log. It's still going to go over the edge. So it looks a little bit unusual, but I like what it looks like. And then I get to make it all wonky. I get to tilt it one way, which adds a little bit more character. Okay, so I'm going to get that on the page. I have to lift up the Monday sticker just a little bit because this is going to overlap it. And I do want to be able to read the day of the week, trimming off the excess. And it's time to add some more functionality. So this still has to be a planner spread. I've seen some gorgeous collage spreads that I always wonder, where would you actually write on that spread? There's, pictures and things everywhere. I need to add some functionality. For me, that means some functional boxes for the schedule up at the top of the spread. I have room for those functional boxes. I have a ton of checklists across the week, and I even have a little bit of room at the bottom of the spread for specific events. This happens to be a big sports weekend for my kiddos. When is it not a big sports weekend for my kiddos? But for real, they have a track meet and there's a gymnastics meet. So I can write all the details of that. I'm just double checking my calendar right there to see what else I may need boxes for. We need something on Saturday for some baseball. We have some doctor's appointments this week, all the things. There's never a dull moment around here. That's for sure. Now you can notice that for my functional boxes, for me, I'm doing those perfectly aligned. I'm slightly off skew from the box, but like not tilted. I prefer functional boxes to be straight, and the other boxes, I don't want too many tilted. If everything was tilted, that would throw me off personally. So I like some tilted, some straight. And for these black boxes, we're going to just keep those straight. Now, once I have all the functionality ready to go in the spread, it's pretty much done. I need to put it back into my planner. I need to add a few funfetti word stickers because I always love doing that. So I'm going to add a few of those. Oops, this little tree. I wanted that on for sure. Let me figure out. I think that'll go up top, fill in that awkward little space on Friday because nothing else will really go there. We'll add that, add a few word Fetty stickers because those bring me joy. And then let me show you how I pop this into my spread. I get this question a lot too when I create custom planner spreads, like how do your patrons actually put it into their planner? Well, you literally can pop it into your spread. Let me get this last sticker on. Pop it into your planner in the right place, and then I add adhesive on either side and adhere it where it should go. So it covers up a blank spread in my planner. So this one is supposed to go in this particular week. So I'm putting it in the place that I want it. Then I'm going to add a little adhesive on the back, put the pages together, and that will be it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. As always, I will link the supplies that I used down in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon family. Man, are we having a fabulous time with our most colorful year ever over on Patreon. We'd love to have you join our happy little community. Head on over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife to find out more. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.